Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like Walfart in all truth and in all sincerity. And Shalom to the real sisters out. Let me run it back. Shalom to the rest of the elect, the men can't prophesy, but it's because it wasn't their lot, which is why they're disabled from doing so. But they support the prophets the best they can, and the women and children who sincerely believe as well. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Party Shalom, all y'all. Hope this live that I'm gonna do is edifying. Yahweh Razah. All right, so this I titled this live "The Insanity of Christianity: The Reboot." LOL, because I got interrupted and it ended on me. I had to restart my shit because I couldn't find a little tab, right? And then it fucking ended on me. So that took a whole lot of time. Took a whole lot of time, and I was like, and I found it and I moved it back, and then still, because I slipped up. Like I put it in. I put it on in the wrong area. I was trying to switch them. And instead, I accidentally swiped out. So I thought maybe it had gone all the way back up to where it was, but swiped out. But I thought that happened. So I just restarted this shit. And then, it ended it. So, which, this, what I'm noticing happens, whenever you're gone for a long time from the live, and you're signed out. You're out of the studio, but basically it will do that shit. But let me get back to where I was, because I'm going into the insanity of Christianity and its teachings, that the laws is done away with. They said pretty much all of them except for 10 is done away with, which is they're insane in the membrane for saying that. And all nations can be saved. Also they're tripping. They're tripping because the Bible. It's clearly, I'm gonna bring it out. Like it clearly says that it's only for the Israelites. And the elect on this side at that. So that's like that don't make no sense. That's that's confusion. The New Testament contradicts the Old Testament. No, it doesn't. That's confusion. They're basically saying the Bible contradicts itself too. And the Yahweh Shai, came against his own father, Yahweh's will, when that's not the case at all. Well, they'll say that he came to do the will of his father, and then they'll say he did away with the law, statutes, and commandments. When I'm gonna get some scriptures, like I'm gonna get Malachi. Malachi 3 and 6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So, because the Most High Yahweh don't change, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So The Most High Yahweh changes not, you know. And one of the things, and so the Most High Yahweh tells us in the Old Testament, oh, let me get in Yahweh Shai didn't come to do away with the laws, statutes, and commandments, like they try to say that he did. You know, y'all are tripping. Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. Hold on. Or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So he didn't come to destroy, he came to fulfill, which what it would mean is he had to keep all the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly to be that lamb without blemish, right? Be that lamb without blemish. He had to do that. And by the way, drink some yayan, it helps with my affliction that I have. I'm using it like medicinally, as an anti-inflammatory because it does work. It does work as an anti-inflammatory. But, that's just a side note just to inform y'all. But not doing it, to get fucked up, especially while doing a live, It's for medicinal purposes again. All right, so moving on to the next verse. And it is written, drink, I'll get that. But let me address this point first. Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So, he went in further. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Basically, not even the smallest parts of the law. Like, not even a jot. The fuck? Satan tried to fucking hinder me. I tried to look it up and it wouldn't. It said it like wasn't able to reach that site, and then I was able to, I call out y'all by Shim y'all shy by Shim Kakdash. I was able to, but yeah, showing you right there that it's spiritual warfare, man. This spiritual warfare is real, man. Satan will do shit like that, to hinder the ministry. He'll pull all kind of tricks out of his hat, out of his sleeve and shit, because that's the adversary. But yeah, a jot is basically like a very small amount. A jot, to jot something down. Jot meaning in the Bible, a very small amount. Okay, so iota, not one iota, shall pass from the law of the prophets. One jot or one tittle, a point or a small sign So same thing, used as a diatribical mark in writing or printing. A very small part, not even the smallest part, man. So yeah, the law was not done away with by Yahushua, man. And then furthermore, and let me get this first. You know, and Yahushua came in the volume of the book. Hold on. The book of the law. Let me get the book of the law. The book of the law. This is whole. Open the book of the law. That's like that's all this, man. 1 Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images, which that's the book of the law is the Bible, man. And then it said the prophets as well. So yeah, yeah, the book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. That's Joshua 1:8. And then the volume of the book. Yahushua coming in the volume of the book. Psalms 40:7, which lines up with a verse in Hebrews 10:7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me. And it says the same thing in Hebrews 10:7. Then said I, lo, I come, because he's quoting it. The Apostle Paul is quoting Psalms in the Old T, also showing you right there as well. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written on me to do thy will, O power Yahweh. But yeah, you know, so he didn't come to do away with the law, statutes, and commandments or nothing that the prophets wrote down. You know, even Paul, right? Nay, we established the law. So the law, let me get it. This is in Romans, which is a book that so-called Christians love to quote. Romans 3, verse 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? Power Yahweh forbid. Yeah, we established the law. Yeah, we established the law. No, because The Apostle Paul, shit, Satan, fucking with the screen. Hold on. Hey, if it's affecting how it looks on y'all's end, hey, Salakia, Satan be hindering. Satan be doing that a lot. I noticed that a lot of that going on lately. Some spiritual demon Satan be going crazy, man, for real. But yeah, hey, nay, we established the law, right? So the laws and the prophets, the law, statutes, and commandments, as well as the writings of the prophets, which that's all. Really, that's all the book of the law. But the first five books, those are where it's all based off of. That's like the foundation right there. But it's basically the same message, and the prophecies of what would happen to our people, what happened to our people. They don't if they don't abide by those laws, statutes, and commandments, which was a covenant that we made, that our people made with the Most High Power Yahweh, was a deal. And, what actually happened is detailed, as punishments. Our enemies was brought, uh, we basically was given into the hands of our enemies. And so none of these law, statutes, and commandments were done away with, man. Not even a small part. Yahweh Shai, really what he did is he was the sacrifice, that's all. Because the blood of, they'll try to say that, well, we don't have, so we have to sacrifice still. No, because let me get it. Hebrews 10:4, for it is not possible that the blood of bulls and goats should take away sins, because all that was happening is it would be covered, man, but it wouldn't be taken away. Psalms 50:13, that was like a substitute before Yahweh Shai came, man. Psalms 50:13, will they eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? See? And hold on. Isaiah 1:11 addresses this as well. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith Yahweh? I'm full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fat beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or lambs or he goats. obedience is better than sacrifice. So it was all there. 1 Samuel 15 and 22, and Samuel said, hath Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of Yahweh? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. So it was all there, man. All right, so that addresses that point. Let me hold on. All right, so the next point that them scoffers, was making, which is they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm about to show you how they don't know. They don't. But Bible say to prove all things. These so-called Christians, that's how y'all think. Y'all believe that shit. Y'all believe that. Okay, y'all believe that all nations can be saved, which is going the fuck off. Clearly, Psalms 84. It's actually Psalm 147. Verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. There you go. There you go. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. It's all there, man. And the Most High Yahweh, he don't change, right? So we'll get something else. Oh yeah, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Matthew 15 and 24. That's Yahweh Shai speaking. He's telling you right there, he's not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And get this one. Salvation is of the Jews. Ye worship ye not, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. And to give you some context of what they mean by Gentiles, what the Bible means by Gentiles. Get this. Hold on. Get this right here. John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So right there, it makes it obvious, because Yahushua was saying, hey, little background on this. Yahushua was saying, Yahushua said in verse 34, ye shall, verse 33, start there. Then said Yahushua unto them, yet a little while, and I am with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. Verse 34, ye shall seek me, shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. He was talking about, the resurrection and all that, right? After he died. But, the response of the Jews, the response was, the response showed that there was knowledge of the Israelites that had been scattered among the Gentiles and had became Gentiles, had lost their heritage, is which is all according to prophecy. Lines right up with prophecy. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Which heritage, you know, a heritage is something that is inherited, and that includes your identity. Your identity, your true nationality is inherited, which is why you have a site called My Heritage, which you have a site called My Heritage, which goes into your family tree and all that, and all that shit. You know, and they do DNA testing as well, which is not accurate, but you know, you get the point. My Heritage, you know, it's about a site where you look into dealing with your heritage, you know, which is inherited. So that's how you can tell that heritage also goes into identity as well. You know, so it would be prophesied that our people would lose their identity. It was prophesied that our people would lose our identity. And, you know, those specific Gentiles that Paul was going to. And you notice with the names of the books that Paul wrote. You notice, you know, with how their names, the Paul's epistles is called epistles to the Romans, to the Greeks. I mean, it's like, let me backtrack. To the Romans, to the Corinthians, to the Colossians, to the Galatians, to the yeah, yeah. You can pretty much onto the Hebrews, which were really directed to you know, those Israelites that knew they was Israelites, specifically in Italy. You know, they wasn't. So you notice in Ephesians, yep. So you notice with the different names of the epistles, you know, it was the specific camps. You could just say that in these different cities. You know, it wasn't. It wasn't. Salakia. It wasn't no. All right. It wasn't no epistles sent to the Edomites, or sent to the Moabites, or sent to the Ammonites, or the Ishmaelites, or you know the Elamites, or Hamites, etc. Man, Japhites, which should show you, Malachi is definitely not. Which should show you, but yeah, which should show you something as well, man. If these heathen nations was being included in the mix, you know, wouldn't you have a book addressed to that heathen nation? Think about it. But Christianity is insanity, so that's why Christians don't think about stuff like that. They're not taught to think about stuff like that. Like, and also this, reason why you would have what's a part of the curse is that Jake would be scattered to the four corners of the earth among all nations, man. But the part of the curses that befell our people for breaking that covenant. Deuteronomy 28, could get that real quick. Deuteronomy 28 and hold on. Oh, verse 25. Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. That's one. And then verse 36 is another one. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other powers, wood and stone. Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment and a byword, proverb and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. And shit, hold on. Verse 64, or verse 63, we was removed from verse 64. We'll start there. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other powers, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Yo, scattered among all people, speaks for itself, as well as shit. Hold on. Hold on. There's another one that shows it's in Hosea. It's all there, man. How Israelites have become Gentiles. Hosea 1, I'm going to start at verse 9. Shit. All right. Hosea 1 and 1 and 8. Now, when she had weaned Lo-Ruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. His backstory: the prophet Hosea was told basically to to get with the harlot, a woman of whoredoms. Verse 9 then said, Power Yahweh, call his name, was told to have 2 kids, and they would be named these names, which were symbolic. And she conceived again and bare a daughter, and Power Yahweh said unto him, Call her name Lo-Ruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. Because Northern Kingdom, is going fuck off, so they was told, they was basically hold on. They was the first to go into captivity, then the Southern Kingdom. Well, verse 9 though, then said Power Yahweh, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. I think it's La-Ami or something in the Hebrew, probably. Sound like it probably is. Because La means no in the Hebrew. Paleo. Ami probably means something else. But that's just saying, it's a side note, man. Verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, a little side note, because of, it's not going to say the exact Hebrew because it was translated into several languages. Hebrew, from the Hebrew to like the Greek for the New Testament, it was even translated into Latin, which you also, it was translated in English, so you had, but it's not gonna, say what it originally, like, it's not gonna, like, even the Hebrew names are anglicized, like Israel, that's really Yasharallah, it's anglicized, that's why it says Israel. But let me continue. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as, which Israel really, which is really Yasharallah, means a prince of power. He is a prince of power. But let me continue. Shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. So it was said unto them, Ye are not my people. There in the same place shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power, Yahweh. So, right there, man. Basically, being called Gentiles, and heathens, to being called Israelites again, man. And Paul's mission, his purpose was to go to those Israelites that were scattered among the Gentiles. Because like I mentioned before, You know, he only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And salvation is of the Jews. You know, that's a bloodline right there. That's a nationality right there. And you know, only he has not dealt so with any other nation. He don't change, man. Most High Yahweh don't change. So, you know, y'all tripping. And also there's this right here. In Revelation chapter 21. Revelation chapter 21. You have where you have the 12 gates. You know, why 12 gates? Why not 18 gates, right? 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel. It's named for them. Now, why was it they named for the whole? Why wasn't there 18 gates, right? Think about it. Revelation 21 and 12. These are points that have been addressed over and over and over and over and over and over again by the Akim and by the apostles, you know. But hey, you know, this is like a curtain call, like, you know, last gasp effort, you know. Get the elect really, because you 2/3 ain't gonna get it, man. We don't give a fuck about no heathens, you know. We care about our people. The 2/3, with you 2/3, man, y'all gone. On this side, you know, you ain't gonna get it, you know. So this is for the elect, so that the elect that are believing the elect that have bought into the insanity of Christianity can wake up, you know. Like a lot of us brothers that were into a lot of us were into Christianity, you know, including myself, before we came into this truth. You know, me, you know, I was all for it, man. I used to believe in all that. That, you know, his name was JC, and that he came for everybody. I used to believe that, and that the law was done away with. I used to believe that because it's what I was taught growing up here in Babylon. I used to believe that. You know, when I thought of the Lord, I thought of that image of Caesarea. You know, not how he really looks. That's something else that Christianity teaches. That's a complete lie. It's complete bullshit. Let me get this right here. You know, so it's also Edomite supremacy as well. But let me get this right here. Revelation 21 and 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Yeah. You know, why is it named after the 12 tribes of the children of Israel? You know, why isn't if the kingdom is for everybody, if everybody is going to rule in the kingdom, it's going to be like a rainbow coalition. Now, why ain't there 18 gates for like for Israel, Edom, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Elam, you know, Japheth, you know, etc., man. Ham, you know, the different sons of Ham, Mizraim, Canaan, Foot. Why isn't there? You know, you have to ask yourself that. Why isn't there 18 fucking gates for the all the 18 nations on the table of nations? You know, because it wasn't for them. The answer is obvious, but you got to put it like that. And it's called Holy Jerusalem as well. Come on. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. The people, because how can a literal fucking, I'm gonna get it. You could tell that by the children of Judah and Jerusalem. KJV. It's in Joel 3 and 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Check this out. Children of Jerusalem, right? Jerusalem, which is above is free and the mother of us all. Hey, it's in Galatians. Showing you what? Yeah, I'm going to bring it out. Galatians 4 and 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. So, what should that tell you? What should that tell you? Hey, it's talking about Israelites, man. Hey, that's the spirit. Outside, let me get so I addressed that point, and then hold on. Oh, it's the same. Let me get this, destroyer of the Gentiles. So you mean to tell? Let me get this. Because I'm gonna get this. Then I'm gonna get Isaiah, a verse from Isaiah chapter 11. Let's compare the two. Jeremiah 4 and 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make the land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. Destroyer of the Gentiles, huh? A lion of Judah. He's called the destroyer of the Gentiles. And hey, this is kind of twofold because you 2/3 ain't gonna get right on this top on the side, so you're gonna be like Gentiles on this side. You're gonna be Gentiles in the mind, heathens in the mind. Let him be as a heathen, and a publican. That's you 2/3 who can't get it. Matthew 18 and 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it to the church, which the ecclesia, the gathering, tell it to the gathering. But if you neglect to hear the church, really the gathering, the ecclesia, let him be, that's the Greek word that's there where it says church. Let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican. A heathen man and a publican. Right there. And let me get that verse in Isaiah 11. It's compared it to. Verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and its rest shall be glorious. And verse 11 makes it clear who those Gentiles that are being spoken of are. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set, remember, he's called the destroyer of the Gentiles as well. So it's speaking of two types of Gentiles. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and the islands of the sea. Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay, so now you get in the picture, now you can see what you can see which Gentiles Yahushua was sent to save and which ones was Yahushua is going to be sent the second time to destroy, and enslave, along with the elect. Verse 14, verse 14, but they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, actual Gentiles, actual heathens. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Verse 14. There you go. There you go. And then Isaiah 14, specifically speaking of these heathens that took us captive, man. Isaiah 14:1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Those are those Gentiles that are going to receive that rest. Those Israelites that were scattered. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Verse 14, verse 2, chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Those are the Gentiles that Yahushua is coming to destroy. And then goes on to speak about Babylon and the king of Babylon. And this is modern day Babylon. This is spiritually Babylon, Egypt, Sodom, Rome 2.0, Assyria, like the days of Noah, all these wicked empires that existed before is rolled up into one. It's Babylon the Great. Confusion by mixing. Babylon the Great. Great confusion by mixing. America is what? Known as a melting pot. And I could go on. There's examples in the law where the law will apply to one type of stranger, the Israelite foreigner, but to another type of stranger, the law does not apply to them because they're heathens. Oh, so if the law does not apply to them, then they can't sin. Sin is the transgression of the law. Is the transgression of the law. 1 John 3:4, whoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. It should be clear. It should be clear who both testaments of the Bible were addressed to the Israelites. Both covenants are for the Israelites. And this right here. Show y'all some, and then I've got to move on. Right here about the Passover, right? Which is, a commandment for us to keep. I'm gonna go in. It's in Exodus. Verse 40, Exodus chapter 12, verse 42. It is a night to be much observed unto Yahweh for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is a night of Yahweh to be observed of all the children of Israel in all the generations. Verse 43, and Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. Hey, verse 44, but the man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then he shall eat thereof. Verse 45, a foreigner and the hired servant shall not eat thereof. Because you had Israelite servants. Verse 46, in one house it shall be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth all of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shalt thou break a bone thereof. Verse 47, all the congregation of Israel shall keep it. Verse 48, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to Yahweh, let all his males be circumcised and let him come near and keep it. He shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. Verse 49, one law shall be unto him that is homeborn and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. So it's talking about two types of strangers. There shall no stranger eat thereof, or a foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. But at the same time, one law shall be to him that is homeborn and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you, because those were Israelites that were being spoken of, that had got scattered, that was cast out of the congregation for whatever, going off for whatever reason. They were separated from the congregation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and so they were scattered and they were in foreign lands, man. They adopted the ways of those people, so they was uncircumcised. That's what it's talking about right there, man. Two types of strangers. Strangers who are actually strangers or Gentiles who are actually Israelites, and Gentiles who are heathens, who are actual heathens. there's a difference that is made. Like it said in Psalms 147, 19 and 20, no other nation has known Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And a nation, comes from nature, goes into NATO, goes in, you go into the etymology of that word, and it goes into like you're born that nation, man. So it's a genetic thing, it's inherited. It's a bloodline thing, patrilineal bloodline thing. Something else too, they believe that this fucking Edomite said, I believe he's an Edomite because he fled. He's pretty sure, man. The wicked flee when no man pursueth. He fled when we was gonna bring out the Esau's the wicked. He fled, he dipped out. So that's what an Edomite would do. Numbers 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together. A Jake speckled bird would at least would stick around. For more, because we kept saying that ain't about skin color, man. A speckled bird would peep that. Numbers 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. See, look at me, like my dad looks like a so-called white man, but through the spirit, that like is Jake, if I can get this thing, and I get it and I can break it down, plus, going through the curses. It's different curses that hit in different ways, and I do go through the curses as well. Because it ain't a skin color thing. Really, it's the spirit bears witness, which I was trying to bring that out, but I couldn't bring that. I was looking for that verse. I couldn't find it, like for real. I was like, damn. Like that was actually frustrating me, but that was Satan Henry right there. Satan would do that. That Satan was on me like Satan was on me hard. Like Satan was all up on me when I was out there. Shit was a bitch. Well, let me get this scripture right here. Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. By the house of their fathers. And pedigree, means your lineage, man. Your pedigree means your lineage. It's inherited. When you go into pedigree etymology, and you go into that word, genealogical table of foot, a table or charts, like your descent, it's your pedigree, ancestral line. So there you have it, genealogy, ancestral line. No, because back then we had the records. No, this dude brought out said that we're not supposed to keep endless genealogies, but there's a reason for that. 1 Timothy 1:4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do. But there's a reason for that. There's a reason why it says that, because that's all a part of your heritage. And hold on. Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. You know, but he didn't do away with the children of Israel. He didn't replace the children of Israel. Replacement theology is going off. It's a lot of so-called Christians believe in that. There is a hold on. Yeah, so we lost our heritage. But you can tell because the Spirit bears witness with our spirit. The Spirit bears witness. With the Spirit bears witness with our spirit. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we're the children of power Yahweh. You know, there you go. You know, right there. So the children of power Yahweh. What's a prince to a where princes of the power, right? What's a prince to a king, you know? What's a prince to a king? The son. You know, Psalms 82:16. I have said ye are powers and all ye are children of the Most High. Talking about Yasharallah. He is a prince of power. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Verse 7. That's talking about Yasharallah, man. Verse 1. Power Yahweh standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods, Allahayim. Verse 6 right there. You know, that's who he's talking about. Yasharallah. I said year or God's year powers, you know, Allahayim meaning powers. And all year children of the Most High power, Yahweh, children of Israel. Yeah. So it's all there, man. You know, this thing is for Israelites and only Israelites. It's an Israelite thing, you know. It's not a skin color thing. It's not a language thing. It's not a landmass she was born in thing. It's an Israelite thing. You know, so basically, that proves that basically it's all the proof. It's a whole lot of proof that this thing is for Israelites only. Then you have the fact that this dude was steadily calling Yahweh Shai, referring to him as JC, when the names matter. It's not his name. J the J the letter J is the newest letter in the English alphabet. It's the newest letter. That's how you know it was in the KJV. When you look at, because it was at the NT in the KJV, because it was translated to Greek. It says Esu, because it was translated to Greek. But the Lord, he wasn't a Greek. He wasn't a Hellenized Jew. He had his heritage. So JC, those are two Greek titles. That couldn't be his name. His name, his name is name would have to be Hebrew, man. And his name, the name matters. They'll tell you that it don't, and that he has many names. No, do you have many names? Do you have many names? No. He has one name. The name singular. Those other wonderful counselor. That's a title, man. He is a name. The name of the Father. What it translates into, which is Yahweh. Proverbs 18:10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Telling you right there. Also this right here as well. In Psalms 91. About the names. Will show you. Even the first verse right here, he that dwelt in the secret place of the Most High Yahweh, a strong tower, secret place, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. It's about Jacob's trouble, man. Basically, gotta know that name. Call on it. Verse 14, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. Verse 15, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him, because he hath known my name. So the name is key. You gotta have the names, because we call on Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai, He's the intercessor. He's that high priest from according to the order of Melchizedek. So he is our intercessor. We reach the Most High Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shai. So we call on Him in the name of His Son. We call on the Most High Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, to be delivered. Call Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh meaning He is, Bahashim meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai meaning He saves, He delivers. Those names matter. So, this live was about the insanity of Christianity. I was going into why it's insane. Why it's insane, and it contradicts, goes against the Bible that Christians claim to believe in. But those doctrines, the doctrines of devils, man. Doctrines of demons, really. They go against what the Bible says, How can you claim you believe in the Bible but believe in doctrines that contradict the Bible? It doesn't make no sense. But yeah, only the elect among these so-called Christians is gonna wake up. By the way, we was first called Christians at Antioch. It was a slur. It was like a sarcastic type diss. Like, oh, they think they're anointed ones. That's what it was. Really, we're Hamashayakim. Really, it's that Messiah means anointed one. So, Yum would make it Mashayat mean anointed one. Ha Mashayat, yeah, the anointed one, who's Yahushai. But his elect are also anointed ones, set apart. So Ha Mashayakim, the true Christians, which are the elect that believe in this truth, are woke to this truth completely, are really Hamashayakim. And the reason why that matters also is that, let me get it. Now I'm going to close out. The things uttered in Hebrew. For the same things uttered in Hebrew. It's in the prologue to Sirach, which is also known as Ecclesiasticus. Yep, for the same things. Okay. The prologue of the wisdom of Yahushai, the son of Sirach. Whereas many and great things have been delivered to us by the law and the prophets, and by others that have followed their steps, for the which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom, and whereof not only the readers must needs become skillful themselves, but also they that desire to learn, be able to profit them which are without, both by speaking and writing. It says my grandfather says Jesus, but that's like translated to Greek and into Hebrew, to Greek and into English. It's really Yahushai. It should say Yahushai there. Shouldn't say that. But it's an example of what I'm about to go into. When he had much given himself to the reading of the law and the prophets and the other books of our fathers, and have gotten therein good judgment, was drawn on also himself to write something pertaining to learning and wisdom, to the intent that those which are desirous to learn, and those are addicted to those things, might profit much more in living according to the law. Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language. So basically the same things that, get it, right? That's the point right there. Don't have the same force, and yeah. And, you'll come short of some words, man, as well, because it's not the original, it's the translation. That's why that's important. That's why we prefer Hamashiach, for example. And why, it's like a good thing to learn the language, Hebrew language. So the original, not that Yiddish shit that the 1948ers speak, but the, original pure tongue, which is Lashawan Kadash in Hebrew. All right, so with that, I hope this live was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakakadash, which Rakakadash, by the way, means Spirit Holy, Rakak, Holy Spirit. It's how you say Holy Spirit in the Hebrew. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. Shalom to the rest of the elect, the great multitude, the 1/3, the men who can't, consisting of men whose lot was not to be a prophet. They're friends of the prophets, and the women and children who sincerely believe, both here in Babylon as well as throughout the world. but I would say this: a large amount of them would be here in Babylon, but also scattered, as well. But yeah, hope this live was edifying to the elect. Um, Shalom, stay strong. If you come across this live and you still believe in that Christianity BS, like just think about what I'm saying, man. If you can get it, you got to come out of that. And if you're the elect, you will come out of that, just one way or another, but it has to manifest. All right, Shalom, stay strong. Hey, if you 2/3, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna die that painful death on this side and wake up on your right mind on the next side. All right, so with that, oh yeah, I'm wrapping it up right there. Hope this hope this live was I hope this live was edifying to the elect. Hey, Shalom, stay strong. Um, debt to America, Abba Babal. Debt to Esau, Abad, La Adwamium. Debt to these other nations, Abad La Kawalium. Debt to you 2/3, as well. You adversaries of fucking adversaries. That's all, y'all. And Esau, you're gonna get the worst, or then down the line. You 2/3 be saved on the other side. Esau and heathens get ready for slavery. Esau get ready for 1,000 years hardcore slavery, then death, then extermination. Over and done with y'all. And heathens get ready for slavery, even though not as bad as Esau, Edom. Shit. And then 2/3 gonna get it on the next side. The elect are gonna get on this side. Yaharat Dazah, me and like-minded Akim are a part of that number. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Shalom, stay strong. Hey, Ababa Ball, and Israelites got next. Yash and forever. Shalom, Ababa Ball, and Yashala forever.